Hello, welcome to ScriptWave. In our previous lectures, we discussed about control flow statements, that is, if statements and loops. In today's lecture, we'll be starting with problems on loops and control flow statements. Without any further ado, let's navigate to PyCharm and start working on the programs. So here we are in PyCharm. First, let's try to write a Python program to print or to return a list of even numbers and odd numbers from a given range. So this is the program that we want to write. We will get a range, and from that range we need to return the even numbers and odd numbers inside a list. Very simple program. First solve the problem, then write the code. So let's try to understand the problem, then we can write the code. First we have a range, so that means we need to print the numbers between that range. So we need to take the input. So n1, n2. So this is clear. We need to take the input from the user. Then once we got the input, then we need to find each and every element from this range. How to find the elements? We can use range function n1 comma n2. Should I leave it n2? No, we need to add n1 because the range can only accept n minus 1. So this is n minus 1 will be n2. So we'll get the numbers. Now we need to have an if statement inside a loop. So for I in range n1 to n2 plus 1, if I mod 2 double equal to 0, why mod 2? What is even number? Any number which is divisible by 2 is an even number. What is divisible by 2? That means when we divide that number, the division should give a remainder as 0 without any decimal points. So that is even number. So to check if the remainder is 0, what is the operator we use? We use the modulus operator for checking if the remainder. So this gives the remainder, and if the remainder is 0, then that is even. So this is our core logic. Let's try to work on the code and then we can understand how this works. So first n1, so int, because I want to take an integer input, enter your starting range. N2, enter your ending range. Now we need to add a for loop for I in range n1 plus n2 plus 1 if I mod 2 double equal to 0. Then let's create a list. Let's do a bit smart here. Let's create a dictionary which contains both even and odd. So this has the key as even, which holds an empty. So here I have created a dictionary with empty list. Now we need to add the values to this dictionary. Let's do it. This makes things better. So dic of even dot append I, and then else, if not, we are appending to odd. So let's remove the for loop. We need only one for loop. And finally, let's print the even list is dic of even. And similarly, let's change it for odd as well. The odd list. So very simple code. So we're just taking the input from the user using n1 and n2. Then we are creating an empty dictionary so that we can just add the values. This is just like having two baskets created while we are sorting. Let's say we have few oranges and few mangoes. So we have few oranges and few mangoes. Now we need to add oranges to oranges basket and mangoes to mangoes basket. So here we are doing the same thing. Now let's try to execute this one. So what is the starting range? Let's take, we have 10. Ending range, let's put it as 99. So we got all the numbers which are even and all the numbers which are odd. So this is how we can print the even or odd numbers. Let's do the next step. This is good. This is perfect. Let's try to do the same logic using the while loop. While n1 is less than n2, because we are adding the starting range here and ending range at n2. Now what I am doing, I am using n1 as my counter and I am increasing one by one. So if n1 mod 2, then I'll copy the same thing here and because the logic will always relay same. Dict of even dot append, the logic is same, just the numbers vary. Else even we will replace with odd dot append. Here instead of I we have n1, so we are using n1. Perfect. Once we have all the operation done, we need to do n1 plus 1. So we can also do n1 plus equal to 1. So save it and run it. We're supposed to get the correct answer. It's okay if we have something wrong, we'll definitely fix it. Okay, we don't have print statement, so let's add a print statement as well. The even list and the odd list. So I'm just executing, yeah, 10, 21. So we got the output. So this is how we can write using for loop and while loop. Thank you so much. This is for the first one. We'll be looking at the next programs in the next class. Thank you so much. Have a great day.